College, Akron location, and we want to explore your calling. So, let's jump on in. Welcome to Explore Your Calling here with Grace College Akron. We have been so excited about this. And I want to introduce you to my beautiful co-hosts. Who are you and what do you have to do with Grace College?
Well, my name is Pam Buca and I'm the Akron Site Coordinator for the Grace College Akron location. And I'm responsible for admissions, recruitment, student life, anything related to the students. I'm the gal that you call.
Why are we doing this live stream?
The reason we've gathered you together is we want you to explore your calling. You know, if you've been tapped on the shoulder, if you've had a tug at your heart for working in ministry. And if that's the case, we want you to consider Grace College Akron that can combine both your passion and your heart calling with the academic preparation that you need to be successful in ministry.
And we promise that the next 30 minutes of your time is going to be absolutely worth it. We're going to go around and get to hear stories from different ministries. And a big thing that we have throughout all this is prizes. So, what is our very first prize, Miss Pam?
The very first prize is 3 individuals will receive a $10 Starbucks
gift card.
Yes.
That is like gold,
it's gold
when it comes to, well, I kind of want one too. But our very first prize, actually right now, you can get a prize. If you comment in right now below where you're watching from, and the first person who does that gets a card. We'll reach out to you. But right in the comments below, you can get a card and it's going to be awesome and we will get that to you. But make sure to stick around because there's some really good prizes throughout all of this.
Yes.
Pastor Jeff.
Hey, Ben.
Man, this is so exciting. We got a bunch of people jumping on live right now that are exploring your calling. And we wanted to talk to you really off the rip here about what is your heart?
There's a vacuum of young men and women who feel called and will work to pursue full-time ministry. And it's going to cause a crisis. It's going to cause a crisis in our culture. It's going to cause a crisis across the world. When you look at missionaries who are getting older, pastors who are getting older, directors who are getting older. And so that was a part of it. I was looking and saying there are not enough workers for the harvest field when it comes to full-time ministry.
Right now, the culture of our world, Pastor Jeff, is just craziness. I mean, even the fact that we're doing a live stream right now is connected to all of the craziness of COVID-19, the pandemic, and then all of this racial upheaval that's happening. Mm-hmm. Why is right now a good time to explore our calling? Why today?
Because God needs us today. God's answers to racial, global, cultural problems is always God's people. And that is you, and that is me. And so God answers the needs of the world with and through His people. That's His plan. And so when we think about getting involved, we think about making a difference, and we think about even our voice being heard. And so the opportunity to proclaim the truth of Jesus, to demonstrate the love of Jesus, to act on the unity of Jesus, there's a stronger opportunity to do that than there has been in the last 25 years. And God right now, there's a reason why you feel a tug toward ministry. That's not just because you don't know what to do with your life. That's because the Holy Spirit of God is reaching into you and tapping you on the shoulder and saying, would you come and give your life to serving me in this way? And at a time of upheaval and confusion and when people are scared, it's the people of God who have been the answers. It's the leaders of God who train the people how to answer that. They need your voice in a big way. You look at a guy like me, I'm a middle-aged guy, and so when it comes to social media, when it comes to the way things have changed on a global scale or even a cultural scale, I listen very, very closely to what you guys are saying and what you are thinking. In fact, I preach every week, 6 times a weekend. I won't prepare a sermon unless there's a 20-year-old in the room with me. Because your voice is that critical and your understanding is that important to me. So looking at that and saying that's really how God's church works, right? The old lean into the zeal of the youth, the young lean into the wisdom of the old. And that's what this partnership with Grace College is all about, and that's what our program in Akron here is all about. And then we're putting that immediately into action in ministry, and it's an exciting thing.
And I love this because, guys, I went through a very, very early rendition personally of Grace College Akron.
Very early.
Very early. But getting to experience that as a young 20-year-old, for me, getting to sit with Jeff and literally being like, hey, does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Oh, like that was huge for me in learning and growing in my calling in ministry. Tell me about, this isn't just like, hey, we got like a classroom downstairs kind of thing. Like this is fully accredited. You can get FAFSA stuff for it. Like, talk to me about the accreditation of this program.
Yeah, coming to Grace at Akron is just like going to Grace, Maine, or going to Ohio State or any normal university. So it's a fully accredited liberal arts degree, recognized all over the country. And then we have live classes, so we don't force everybody on the internet. We really wanted to get away from that. But we bring you in and you do live classes. You are taught by practitioners. So I teach a class, our worship pastors teach a class, other pastors teach classes. And so you're learning from ministry directly from men and women who are doing ministry like in real time. And then the other big part about this program is that we want you to be involved in ministry. So ministry isn't something that you kind of like cram into the weekend kind of a thing. You really start that ministry lifestyle out the gate. And so if you're coming out of high school or maybe looking at us from another school or differing degree, and you're looking and saying, I want to do it now, like I want to go, that's what this program is set up for. One of my favorite examples of this is a couple years ago. Grace Church is a mega church on every stretch of the imagination. A couple years ago, we had a 19-year-old leading worship at our largest campus. And we're looking saying, do it, right? Do it. And so here he is. He's not studying it with the hopes that he'll do it one day. He's doing it as he's learning about it. When you think about youth ministry, children's ministry, pastoral ministry, worship ministry, just all of it, it's all hands-on and all on real time. But it's fully accredited. So we're different than like a Bible training program that way. Because all the accreditation, all the financial aid, all that kind of stuff is locked in. It allows for you to possibly transfer in some credits, those kind of things. And just like you would interact with a normal college, you would interact with our program here. When I look at a student who comes through our program, so I did a traditional college model, which is very valuable. Don't hear me talking it down, just hear me comparing it and contrasting it. But I went through a traditional college model where I went to school for 4 years, got out, tried to find a job and start into ministry, right? And so that was my experience. When I look at what our students do, how they go through their 4 years, what they've learned, what they've done, how they've been discipled, how they've been coached, where they are at 22 is where I was about 28 or 29. Because I had to get all of that real-time experience into me. So they're so much further advanced in what they're doing. and they come out of school ready to do ministry. They don't come out of school with a head full of information. They come out with actual knowledge and wisdom, and they're able to hit the ground and do ministry at a whole different level. So that will be a big part of your experience here. So I just believe that God wants to use you. And I believe that your calling that God maybe is speaking into your heart right now is legitimate and can be listened to. And we wanted to create an environment where you could act on that, and you could be fed, and you could flourish, and you could wind up serving God the way that you feel like He's calling you to do that.
We are so excited about this, Jeff. So guys, make sure to stick around. I know this is just the beginning of the stream. It's going to get much better looking in general, but we're going to actually get to hear stories from the students that he's talking about. This is huge. Pastor Jeff, thank you for everything, man. And I'm going to run and go do the rest of the live stream.
All right,
See
awesome.
you guys.
The reason Grace College was a great fit for me was because when I was looking for college experiences, what I really wanted was an education that would push me and drive me in my understanding of who God is and how to study the scriptures better, how to come to be in close relationship with God and understand how to use what God has blessed me with to best, push the kingdom of heaven here on earth.
Grace College Akron, to me, is one of the finest programs I've ever been associated with. There's an intimate connection between the students and the professors, and that's because the classes have remained relatively small. And so I'm able to get to know students in a deeper way than just as academic students, but as future ministers, future pastors.
This program allows me to sift through my life and to see where I'm gifted, and being able to kind of pinpoint what it is God's calling me to do is that I'm able, with all of the time that I have when I'm not in class, to be taking what I've been learning and applying it to my life, and I'm able to, even in the ministry that I'm able to do with serving with kids or even serving on the worship team, just being able to just pour into the people and opportunities that we have all around this community.
Oh man, I love getting to hear about all that's going on with Grace College Akron. So now, of course, it's second prize, right? Okay, so our second prize.
Second prize is your choice of a sweatshirt that of course says Grace College.
Huge. And these aren't your cheap sweatshirts. These are shirts that you want to wear. This isn't just jammy clothes, if you know what I mean.
No.
The third person to share this video, the third, is going to receive a Grace College Akron hoodie. You gotta get this. It's gonna be great.
Everybody's talking about children's ministry. What are you doing?
Yeah, Power Kids.
Jeez.
Always up to something fun for sure.
Yeah.
We've been having a blast even in a quarantine. This person,
Yeah.
these people.
These people.
These people are what help make some of the Power Kids team. This is Miss Dana.
Hello, Junior Power Kids.
And this is Miss Maddie.
Hello, all Power Kids.
So what's the connection between Power Kids and Grace College Akron?
All right, so Power Kids is all about Grace College Akron. Couple different ways. One, we want to see our little Power Kids grow up and go to Grace College Akron, because that is a huge win. If they choose to go into ministry, Grace College for sure, great place for them to go to college. If they choose not to go into ministry, Grace College for sure, a great place for them to go to college. But our biggest win is when we have a Grace College student like Maddie choose to go get her degree, but also be an intern here. And she invests her life in these kids as she's going to college. Maddie, what's been your favorite part of the Grace College experience?
I think that my favorite part of the Grace College experience has been learning all about the Bible while also doing hands-on ministry.
I would say that Grace College is the place for you to be, for sure. If you are close to that age, if you have kids that are close to that age, if you have kids that are far away from that age, if you have Power Kids right now, we are investing with Grace College and saying that this might be the path for you, might be the path for your child. It's awesome. You should do it.
Let's go check out some sports ministry, huh? Going to be talking to sports ministry pastor Donnie Varney and his intern Isaac, and I'm excited to get to meet these guys. Oh, what's up?
What's up?
You just happen to have a basketball. Is that how it works around here?
That's how we do it, yeah. Our mission statement is creating game-changing athletic environments for the purpose of life-changing experiences. So, in a nutshell, we love sports. We know that a lot of people love sports, and so that's kind of where our culture is at. That's where people are at. We do all sorts of things, you know, basketball, soccer, volleyball, fitness, camps, leagues, things like that. So, yep. Yeah, I'm approximately 5'8", and this guy is
6'2".
6'2". This is Isaac. He is our sports ministry intern. Yeah, so Isaac, what, from your perspective, how has it been being at Grace College and also working at Grace Church in sports ministry? How's that gone for you?
Well, I think it's gone pretty awesome. Working at Grace Church has given me the ability to go to Grace College. They've financed my schooling there, and in the meanwhile, I get to have real experience doing ministry in the world of sports.
So when I look at a guy like Isaac, we feel super privileged to have him on our team. There's actually a lot of options that this guy could have gone to. He could have decided to go to a college where he could have continued to pursue basketball and really be an awesome athlete in that arena. And yet he chose to stay here local, to continue to be plugged in at Grace Church, and to see some of those gifts that he has be poured into the context of ministry.
I'm very thankful for Donnie being my coach and not just having me sit on the bench and watching, but he really threw me into the fire. And ever since day one, I've been working on things that a lot of interns don't usually get to work on. I have friends that are interns other places and then they're just doing coffee runs and stuff, but I for example, got to plan the curriculum for our game day season, so that was awesome. And just coming into Grace at Grace, I really wanted pastoring experience and what it's like to be a good leader and a good pastor and stuff like that. And I told Donnie that from the beginning, and he has gone out of his way to make sure that that is the case and that I'm learning as much as I can and getting all these different experiences.
I would just say that this is a place, this church, this ministry, this college is a place where all of your passions and all of your desires for a college experience can collide in a beautiful way, and you can explore the things that you like to do real time with real people in a real ministry context and still get that accredited degree that obviously you come to college for.
Just being an intern here and knowing firsthand what it's like, I've gained so much experience, and it's only my first year doing it. As well as the community that Grace Church offers. It offers real friendship, real fellowship, brothers and sisters in Christ all over the place. It's a truly amazing experience.
Man, I really feel like we've been able to experience a lot today. And it's a little bit of a fire hose of information.
Yeah.
And like, I love getting to hear from all the different ministries and interns and everything. Real quick, I'd just love to hear your heart for everybody watching when it comes to Grace College Akron, because I've heard this just being friends and knowing this, and I want them to hear it too.
Grace College Akron gives me the opportunity to watch leaders grow right in front of my eyes. It gives me a chance to love on, to guide students that are coming into a program and they know that the Lord has called them and they're following their journey. And I get to be a part of that and follow it along with them. That's what speaks to me the most.
And guys, let me just tell you, knowing and being a friend of Pam's, this is iron sharpening iron. You want to talk to Pam. In fact, our big prize number 3 is it's going to be a hoodie. It's like some chargers. It's the Grace College swag bag. So exciting. So, but here's what you need to do is you actually need to sign up with this link that's going to be here at the bottom, right with the video. Click on that, and we're going to say that the fourth person to do that is going to get this swag bag. So you don't want to miss out on this. Believe me, you will be swaggerific, as it were. But we want to get that to you. But just sign up on that. It's not committing to anything. It's just saying, hey, I want to explore my calling. Pam's.
My name's Todd Shoemaker, Pastor of Student Ministries here at Grace.
This goofy message is brought to you by Student Ministries Internships, where you can live all of the dramatic story of Star Wars in less than a minute.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. You underestimate my vow. Don't you dare. Try it. Go try it. You are the chosen one, Anakin. It said you were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join it. To bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness. I hate you.
What's up, guys? How's it going? I am so excited to get to sit with you guys.
I'm Ashley Hughes, and I'm a student at Grace College. I get to work at the homeless charity and village, which is in Akron. And if I was somewhere else having school all day, every day, I wouldn't have time for that. So I had class twice a week, and then the other days I worked at the homeless charity, and then I also nannied. So it was really great.
Now wait, this homeless charity, is this connected to Grace College?
No.
Okay, so totally other ministry.
Yeah, I worked there before becoming a student at Grace, and so I was really excited to be able to still work there while I was in school.
But Justin, the whole reason that we are getting people to watch us online is so that they can explore their calling.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about how you found your calling.
Yeah, so I found my calling several years ago on a missions trip to Mexico, and Grace College at Akron was the just the perfect setup for me to actually continue exploring my calling as well, because you're able to get this education while also you have this extra time to actively do ministry throughout the week. Like Ashley said, we can't during a normal college experience, you're in classes all day long, and you're not actually able to get that real life ministry experience. So doing the Grace College Akron program has been huge because it gives you the opportunity to pursue just opportunities out in the community, whether it's serving at a homeless charity or working at a church.
My senior year, and I was like already doing the work because I was taking CCP, so I wasn't really in my high school, and that freed my schedule up. I was already doing what I wanted to do, and I was like, I just don't know what I'm going to do about school yet. And so that's why this was such a good fit for me, because I was like, I can keep doing what I already love to do, and it's just making me better at it. This is my plan for undergrad. And then after that, I really want to get a master's in clinical psychology, because that would be a huge help for me in my field, because there's just a lot of trauma and a lot of addiction and a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah, you should at least check out Grace College at Akron, because, I mean, if you look at Acts 2 verses 42 to 47, I mean, like, amazing things happened when people were meeting together, when they were sharing life together. In Grace College Akron, you're able to do that.
I love this conversation, and I love who we're going to get to talk to next. So this is my friend Ryan Rodman, and Ryan actually came to know Jesus through Grace Church, and then became a pastor, and then later became a professor actually here at the college, and he teaches the students. And well, in fact, let's just turn around and we'll get to say hi to him. So maybe you can share that with us, kind of from atheist to educator.
Yeah, no religious background at all, right? So I had like no Christian background. Met the Lord in college when a buddy was telling me about Jesus, kind of a low point in my life. And then within a year, the Lord called me to ministry. So like radical life change, super fast. Accepted Jesus and now on a path to ministry. I attended Grace Church at the time, and I remember talking to Jeff, our senior pastor, and saying, hey, what do I do now? Right? I don't know how to do this. And he sent me to a local Bible college that had satellite classes here in the area. And so I stayed in a local church, was mentored by the leaders of that church, got biblical education from a local accredited university, and got to do ministry all along the way. And so for me, that experience, mentoring, academic excellence, and actual like real ministry experience, for me that became a greenhouse of growth. And I thought this was the perfect environment, right? I mean, I couldn't even craft it better if I had to plan it myself. And so now, as like on the other side of it, as an educator doing the academic piece of it, I love being able to be a part of that greenhouse and help future leaders, man, grow and blossom and bloom and have some kind of experience, kind of like what I got to have.
Walk through this process, you see the value, you've lived the value, and now you get to be a part of it. You're teaching the future pastors.
3 years in, and so we've had a handful or so of graduating classes, and we have seen leaders within Grace Church, leaders from outside of Grace Church land in active, full-time ministry roles, like sowing seed broadly into the kingdom. We want to just see workers be produced for the whole kingdom of God, not just Grace Church, not just Grace College,
not just Akron,
Yeah.
missionaries, directors, pastors, teachers, all over the place, and just see them be produced for the kingdom of God, grown for the kingdom of God. If you yourself are looking at a ministry training experience, for me, if just talking to one person in ministry or looking to ministry to another, I would personally encourage you to check Akron out because it's the real-time integration of education and experience, that piece of it, and you're able to stay connected in most cases to your local church and be mentored that way. But having all those pieces come together, there's nothing like it. While there's great value in having education at a campus and having the campus experience, for me, I would trade that in a heartbeat to have what I had, which is being able to do ministry real time in a real place with real people while getting a real education from a real university. And so for me to you, I'd say it's a no-brainer to jump into Grace College Akron and to look into that experience for yourself.
Brought to you by Collective Ministries, where you can have a college ministry internship.
So I was invited to speak at the Collective College Ministry today. It was disturbing.
It was the best time of my life.
The kids were out of control. The music was so loud. My ears are ringing. And the lights, it's a wonder I didn't have a seizure. It was ridiculous. It was the most unbelievable thing.
Dude, I just love the bass. Like, I just feel it, right here.
This light show, it was so bright and so cool. Just wow.
And the food was garbage. I can feel the blood clotting in my arteries right now. It was horrific. They do the most ridiculous things. Standing there speaking, and they grab me. They grab me and they throw me into a giant plastic bubble, and they throw me into the air.
We crowd surf Pastor Jeff.
And they start batting me around like a balloon, trying to keep me in the air. It was a balloon prison that I was in. If you're over 25, you should not come to this. It is not safe. It is not covered by your medical insurance. I probably will never be back. I wouldn't go if I was you. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could physically survive it again. I will never go back again, ever.
Pastor Ryan Rodeman, and dude, can you just introduce yourself? Because I love you and I wanted them to know you as well.
Yeah. So my name is Dwayne Reed. I work here at Grace Church, and I also in my third year here at Grace College. Yeah. So we're stacking them up.
D. Reed, right here.
Yeah. We won't look at them when we talk about them. Like, tell me about what the classes were like.
It was actually pretty terrible. I hated all of his classes, but no, it was. Honestly, I love just like the atmosphere. I love the fact that the content is way much more than just information. It's like dealing with like real life stuff and how to not just be like a better leader or a better person or a better like ministry leader. It's like how to love Jesus better, how to be more in tune with like your mess and the things that you're like comfortable with and all of it. So
like I remember a specific class where something hit you and you opened up and shared about it in a very transparent way, and I'm like, wow, that is vulnerable, that is powerful. Like my respect for you is like continuing to blossom, and although it's already high, I'm like, this guy is the real deal. And I think when you're grappling with the kind of issues that we grapple with in class, right, both on a ministry level and a personal level, you get to see a side of each other that's just not going to show up anywhere else.
Being in this program has definitely helped me more understand the fact that like I can actually just trust God with that. You know what I mean? Like He is using teachers and this program to equip me to be able to like be versatile in wherever I go. But outside of that, like I have no idea what tomorrow looks like. I have no idea what next year looks like, or 3 years, or long term. But what I do know is that like God has been equipping me. God has been like showing me who I am, so I can like trust Him more, love Him more, and therefore, wherever I go, like I can represent Him in the best way possible.
All right, so what do we do with all this? We have explored our calling a little bit here. We've talked to a lot of people. Here's the next step. Your next step is to fill out the link that we're putting right with this video right now that gives us your name and your contact information. Now, I sign up for things all the time and I have so much spam coming into my email. We don't do that. We do not want to do that at all. This is a way of you saying, hey, I kind of want to learn more. I want to take this beyond the live stream. I want to take this into actual relationship. And you do that, you get connected directly with Miss Pam. Love Miss Pam. Let me tell you, she's a good friend of mine, and she truly loves you. This is the start of a conversation. So we can't have that conversation if you don't fill this out. So please, like right now, if you could click on that link. I guess I'll just sit here for a second. Think about the link. To click on it. Right down there. Clicko the linko. Fill that out. We'll get in contact with you, and we're excited to take this next step towards exploring your calling. Thanks for spending time with us. See you guys.